Welcome back, dreamers, to Indie Synergy Exchange, your podcast for all things indie art and creativity. I'm your host, Tanner Geesey, also known as Number 2 Pencil Man and owner of Tanner's Tales Entertainment. And I am joined tonight by my co-host,
Fraeofficial. I'm the artist, I'm Tanner's lackey, and sidekick.
That's right. No, I'm kidding. He's more than that, but he is my best friend also. So, gotta throw that in there. And tonight, we are joined by a very special guest. We have with us Parker the Bandit.
Bang, bang.
The audience is so excited to have you here, and we are as well. But you guys know the drill. Before we get into Parker and his story, we got to do all the fun spiel stuff. If you guys have been enjoying this podcast, we've been around for 31 episodes now, so that means there's 30 episodes before that. If you guys haven't seen them, definitely go check them out. Almost every episode before this also has a different creative guest. So we've had all different types of creatives on the channel. We've had artists, authors, poets, musicians, we've had comic book creators, we've had clowns, we've had small businesses, professional wrestlers, we've even had doctors of psychology. We've had it all. If it can be done indie, it can be on the show. And so that's kind of what we do. If you guys enjoy what we've been doing, please consider interacting with our content, sharing it, also maybe even subscribing to the channel. Helps us grow this platform so that we can introduce these amazing creatives to an even bigger audience, because ultimately there's so much to love and enjoy with the indie world, and we just want to help these amazing creators get out there more as much as we can. So yeah, if you guys like what we're doing, please consider supporting the mission. And if you are an indie creator of any kind and you want to be featured on the podcast, reach out to us. Like I said, we've had guests of all different types in the creative circle. If you think that that describes you and what you're doing, no matter what it is that you're doing, hit us up. We'd love to feature on the podcast, and yeah, we'll get you scheduled. But yeah, without further ado, all that spiel out of the way, we would like to turn it over to Parker. Parker, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
How's it going? Well, thanks again for having me on here. This is really fun. So my name is Parker. My artist name is Parker the Bandit. I got the nickname The Bandit a while back, so it just kind of made sense to roll that in as my artist name. What I do is I call it alternative rock. Sometimes I call it organic electronic rock. It is electronic rock music, but then the reason I call it organic is because it's all like played naturally. I don't use auto-tune on the lead vocals on most songs, and then I play the actual synthesizer lines on an actual keyboard. There's no like MIDI or copy-pasted stuff, so I actually play everything all the way through, and that kind of gives it more of like a human feel, even though it's very electronic, which is where my heart is. But yeah, that's basically what I do. It's kind of cyberpunk-ish electronic alternative rock.
It's awesome, though.
Thank you.
Yes. How did you come to your musical journey? Why would you want to do music?
Yeah, so I started out, I picked up drums when I was about 12 years old. I grew up extremely isolated. I didn't leave the house much growing up. And so music was my escape in a couple of ways. One being that it was something to keep myself occupied with and to give me inspiration and hope. But it was also my escape plan for growing up and getting the heck out of here and doing something that I actually wanted to do with my life, and potentially have, lay myself out an exciting adult life adventure to have once I could finally become an adult and do what I wanted to do with myself, right? But I ended up starting like a arena rock style, kind of like Breaking Benjamin or 3 Days Grace kind of thing. I started a rock band when I was 16 was when I played my first show. We ended up playing together for a little under 4 years, actually a little under 5 years, I think. But anyway, we did a few like small tours. A tour is actually a generous term for what it was. it was really, really, basement level stuff. Like literally
Mhm.
playing in basements. We did get our first single got some radio play, which was really cool. Not all, nothing like major top 40, but just getting some airplay was a cool win for us. We played
Mhm.
our first festival, and it was a really, really good learning experience. We basically what ended up happening with that band was I was the only one who was like really had the drive to like stick with it. So
Mhm.
the guys ended up kind of, you know, nobody just like flaked off and made drama necessarily, but everybody kind of like lost steam and lost energy and passion for it, and so it
Mhm.
slowly just kind of fell apart. And I realized I was kind of like pulling the weight of the whole thing myself. I ended up realizing, like, I mean, shoot, I'm writing all of their lines for all of the songs. I'm recording most of their lines in the studio for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm teaching my guys how to play our songs, and I was like, I really could just be doing this myself. And so
Mhm.
I ended up just giving up on music completely. I just got burnt out with everybody else kind of falling off, and so. I sold all my guitars and I quit for a hot minute. I don't remember how long the stint was, maybe a year and a half or so that I barely played. I kept like one guitar. I have a friend who actually owns a custom guitar shop, and I had painted part of his shop in trade for a guitar, and so I kept that one and
That's
I would
cool.
play around with that some. But otherwise, I just kind of didn't care, kind of gave it up. But I ended up making a friend with this guy who lived in Oklahoma at the time, and he wrote pop music, like really pretty pop music. And I was such the opposite of that, writing like really heavy rock music. And I thought, he wanted a co-writer, and so I thought that would be a decent thing to kind of like stretch my creative brain, even though I wasn't really doing it like for serious. But anyway, basically, the timeline of him, he moved here to Nashville to do music. And then at the same time, I was kind of going through a mental health journey and ended
Mhm.
up just getting diagnosed with bipolar. And when they put me on the medication for that, I just like woke up. Um, and like they literally told me like, hey, in 3 days, if you feel something, it's working. If you don't feel anything, it's not working, and we're gonna try something else. I was like, okay. And so 3 days in, like I woke up literally seeing in color for the first time. Like I literally looked out the window, I was like, the sky is so freaking blue. This is wild. And so like all my inspiration and passion just hit all at the same time. And my friend who had just moved here was ready to do some stuff. So we started writing, and we released 4 or 5 songs, I think, as a pop duo. But I ended up just having so much of a drive to just like if I commit to something, like I'm really committed to it. And so
Mhm.
he ended up wanting to take a couple weeks off, and I can't do that. I go insane. And so I went stir crazy, and I ended up writing 3 or 4 songs just by myself, doing kind of blending the pop and the rock together. And those 3 out of 4 of those songs are out now. Actually, I ended up re-recording them way later. But that was kind of the direction of the Bandit project kind of starting. I sent those demos just for fun to a few friends, just to show them like, hey, it's silly songs I wrote. One of my friends who worked for a management company at the time was trying to spread his wings and start his own kind of actually his own wing of the management company, and he was like really excited about the demos I sent him and wanted to sign me as his first artist. So
Mhm.
we didn't end up going very far with that together. We just had slightly different creative visions for like the marketing side was just
Mhm.
actually quite like we had quite different ideas of how to sell the music. And so
Mhm.
we ended up kind of parting ways amicably. We're actually still good friends. But when I split, the first song that I decided I'm going to market it how I think I should, I'm going to do how I think I want to do it, and that's currently my biggest song by a lot. It's at 2.5 or 2.6 million streams now, which is not huge numbers for some people, but it's huge numbers for me because I
Yeah.
am like less than $1,000 invested into this whole thing as far as anything goes. We will eventually run some ads for like meta ads and YouTube ads and things like that, but we haven't even yet. It's all just been organic. Just post a lot of content,
That's
drop a song
awesome.
as rapidly as possible. I try to get one
Mhm.
out every month. Ended up moving several times this past year, and so I'm
Mhm.
a little behind on that song a month thing. But I've got another one that's in mixing process right now, and I should be getting it back from my mixer at any minute. So we're gonna keep it going.
Wow.
There you go.
That's quite a journey. I am
Yes, sir.
blown away to hear that you've been doing this organically too. It's always so interesting to me to hear how different people approach marketing for their content
Yeah.
and their creations. Um, I'm very much in the same boat. I'd rather do like organic. I do a lot of like in person, word of mouth,
Yeah.
convention type. So to see like that's how I also found you too. Like I saw your TikTok video. I think it was for your the song that you were talking about, Nobody, and I was like, "Oh, hey, that's actually really good." And then I like looked up the song on YouTube and I listened to it, and then I ended up listening to it on repeat for like a couple days because once you get that new song that you really
Yeah.
like, it's just like repeat. So I was like, "Oh yeah, this is good." And then I looked into your other stuff. I'm like, "Wow, this guy, you sound so professional too." Like
Oh,
that
thanks,
is
dude.
something that some of the indie people, and this is nothing on the indie people because we all
Sure.
are at different levels with what we have, and
Right.
the fact that we're even creating it all is a huge thing. But like there's
Right.
some indie people that don't have that professional sound, but you have it. The lyrics are well balanced with the music, so you can hear the lyrics in the music, which is a big thing for me. That's one of my
Yeah.
the hardest things. If I can't hear the lyrics over like the music and everything, it's like I can still enjoy the melody, but it's like having that
Yeah.
balance, it just takes it to a whole nother level. So to see that you have that quality and that you have a marketing strategy and how it's working for you, that is amazing.
I appreciate
So I
that a
just got to
lot.
say that. Um,
Yeah. Thanks, man.
how did you come up with that approach? Like, how did you know that you wanted to play the type of music that you're playing, and how did you know, like, how did you find the way that you could market it and like feel true to yourself?
Yeah. Well, the really I hate using the word luck, right? But the lucky thing for me being that like this is all super super authentic. I just so happen to be this person who plays all of these instruments, and that just so happens to be the kind of music that comes out when I write. Like the way the music that I like is
Mhm.
extremely hook oriented. I like really just the catchiest thing possible. You know what I mean? And so which ends up being like the most repeated thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm to find out, but that's what inspires me, and so I end up writing that kind of thing. And since that's where my angle is for what I like and what I create, it just ends up being kind of an easy-ish thing to market.
Hmm.
Easy-ish being that like we're in an oversaturated market, so like I think it's 1,000 songs a day get uploaded to Spotify, and it's just
Wow.
like you have to get through the noise somehow. And the lucky thing for me is that it's hooky stuff. That's what I'm good at. That's what I like, and I can take the 20-second clip and then just post it 100,000 times on TikTok or Instagram or Reels or whatever, and it's just since it's catchy and since it's quick and it's in and out, it's kind of primed for this current market and for this goldfish attention span kind of world we're living in right now.
Yeah.
So it's good for me because I'm able to create this kind of stuff that works right now authentically. I see a lot of people who try to change their artistic direction to market it easier, if that makes sense. Where
Mm.
people who would be really good at writing a 6.5 minute song in the middle of a 45-minute concept album, are trying to dumb themselves down to my level
Mhm.
and make something that's just basic hook. And if you're not like if that's not what inspires you, people can tell. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so it's luck, if you want to call it that, for me, that I'm in this position where it's like the stuff that I create is the stuff that's easy to market right now. But that's kind of where we're at.
Got you.
Did you have a
Going back,
question?
yeah, going back to all of your trials and tribulations with other people trying to make a band and that falling through and getting signed by your friend and that kind of falling through. How do you like stay motivated to just continue pursuing music in general?
Mm. Good
Yeah,
question.
it's a really weird thing for me because I can't stop even if I try to. There has been multiple times that I said, "Forget it, I'm done. I'm going to throw it all away," and I can't. It's like the next day I have a hook in my head that I have to write down, and then as soon as I
Mhm.
pin it out, I'm like, "Oh, and then the guitar could do this," and then my brain just goes down the whole train, and I'm like, "I made a hit. I'm going to sell it." It's just I can't turn it off. And that's the only reason I keep doing it is because like honestly, dude, like I mean, when I was doing sales, life was so stable. Like I bought a house at the age of 21. I was
Yeah.
killing it. It was great.
Wow.
I was doing the normal thing and I was going insane. I was so like I was so I think it was depression is what it was. It
Hmm.
was just this lack of passion, which to me is like, passion is like the opposite of depression for me. If I'm passionate and excited about something, I'm not feeling all that. But when I wasn't passionate about what I was doing, even though like I have a passion for cars, like I'm a car nerd, but it's not, you know what I mean? It's not creative. That's not a creative outlet. And for
Right.
some
Mm,
reason, it drove me crazy. Like this weird thing where like if I sat down for more than 30 or 40 minutes, I would fall asleep if I wasn't physically moving. And it was like it became a problem where I couldn't drive more than 45 minutes away without having to pull
oh
over and
wow.
take a power nap. And I looking back on that, I think that was like a clinical depression that I was going
Mm.
through, even though everything was fine and everything was stable and good. But it's just it's really weird because it's almost like my soul is forced on this trajectory, and it's
Mm.
not gonna be happy. Like I can't be content without following my passion, and that's music, apparently.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that that is such a powerful way to put it because for many creatives, I feel like, the more we try to dull it down or just be like, what, we're just gonna do the normal stuff. It's like something inside of us just won't let us do it. I mean, I dress up like a giant pencil now, and if I don't do it for so long, I go crazy.
Yeah,
It's like almost like a werewolf on a full moon. It's
right.
like once I
Yeah,
see that full moon, the pencil's just like trying to get out of me. It's like,
dude, that's
ugh.
awesome. That is
But
awesome.
it's one of those things. It's like there's something about it when you are so passionate about what you create and just like it's so like it's basically who you are in a sense too.
Right.
It's like this is our creative identity and each one is so unique. It's just like when you fully start tapping into that, you can't give it up. It's just something that it won't let you. It's like if you do anything else, you're not being true to yourself. And yeah, that's not what us artists do. We're good at
Yeah.
being true to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
100%.
think it's beautifully put the way that you like stated all that.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm totally tracking with you. It's definitely like, yeah, if you can't turn it off, then that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh yeah. No, it gets me pumped to hear like other people state it in different ways because there's so much similarity between creatives and
Yeah.
ah you just never know how it's going to be. For you it's the music that you create. For me it's like, oh yeah, I got these like video ideas and comic
Yeah.
books, and for Frey it's probably a drawing, right,
Yeah.
Frey?
Definitely. I can't stop myself. Like you, I used to so I would have times where I would go to sleep and then I would wake up and there would be like character designs in my head. And I would have to like sketch them really quick. And it'd be like 3 in the morning. And I'd be like, oh, I got to sketch these really quick. And then like I would go back to sleep. And like just,
Dude.
yeah, I think like the passion is just like, I think what you were kind of describing about like how, yeah, you were stable, but you didn't have a passion. You kind of found like into like a mundane life. You kind of just became a robot,
Hmm.
Yeah.
sustaining yourself, and that's all great. And I'm sure like your job was fine. You like the people you work with.
Yeah,
You're
it's great.
doing well, but it's like
They were shocked when I quit.
right, right. You need something to kind of hit that soul and make you feel alive.
Yeah.
Like so, yeah. I
Yeah.
I know exactly how you feel. Yeah, definitely. It's the
A
same
lot
with
of
Though
people
me.
can do that while maintaining the day job, and that's freaking
Right.
awesome. For me, the day job was like 60 plus hours a week. So there was
dang.
zero time to do music.
Yeah.
I was like, if I actually want to do this, I'm gonna have to pretend it's a job. And
Right.
yeah, here we are.
That's a segue too, because you brought that up, and I wanted to ask. So you said that you basically do music full time now,
Mhm.
correct? Is that
Yeah,
how does
yeah,
that look for you then?
I'm broke. No, but so basically for me, it has been about minimizing expenses so that I can live off
Hmm.
of the minimal income that comes in. Like it doesn't take a genius to go like look at my numbers and do the math, right? Like
Hmm.
I don't make a ton of money, but most of my money comes in from streams, which is hilarious. I can go on a whole rant, by the way, about streaming because a lot of people hate it and are really upset about it, and I totally understand that. For me, it's paying my bills. So I'm really not mad about it. But
Right.
Yeah.
basically, everything comes in from streams and a little bit of merch sales and a little bit of like we're starting to do live music now. I hadn't played live with this project up until I think last year. I've only played 3 shows
Okay.
so far as Parker the Bandit, and I did that on purpose because the grind that I was in with my last band, where we were driving to Illinois or Indiana and Alabama and all this
Mhm.
crisscross back and forth, and you end up spending all this money on gas and rooms and food and for the whole band and everything. We never broke even. We profited
Mhm.
one time. One time we got paid enough to where we actually, after gas and everything, we got home. We were like, I got $100. But because of that, it's so exhausting. It was such a burnout for me that I was like, I'm not going to play shows until there's people who are going to show up, to actually
Mm.
see it. So I've been doing like all online marketing, and so now that I'm transitioning into the live music and stuff, it's different. So we're expecting to see a little bit more income from that.
Yeah.
But since that's not spinning right now, since that's not the regular thing that I do, we're just living super freaking cheap. Like I live in
Okay.
a tiny house in the middle of nowhere, and it's like it works. It works for me. It's a weird lifestyle. Like I literally have to like I'm not even going to get into all of it. It is a very unconventional lifestyle, but it works
Mhm.
for me because it allows me to do this full time and live
Mhm.
off of minimal income.
Right.
Yeah. And now, having done this full time, would you ever consider going back to your other job? That's just a question that I'm curious
Can't.
about.
Yeah, I can't. I can't.
Mm.
Especially now that like I'll be like this is such I could get on a whole other like side trail with this too, but the market that I was car sales, right? And I
Mhm.
loved it and but like even the place that I worked at that was so awesome is gone now because the
Mm.
used car market's just weird. And new car
Yeah.
market's weird right now. It's all upside down and wacky. And so I'm like I'm hearing from my other car sales friends who are still doing it and stuff, and I'm watching videos online about where the whole market's at, and I'm just like, thank God I'm not doing that right now. So even though like
Mm.
sometimes that thought creeps in your head where you're just like, or you could just be normal, it's like it doesn't really. My version of normal is actually stressed out at the desk job right now. The alternate reality Parker who stayed selling cars is having a meltdown because he didn't sell a car in 2 weeks and he doesn't know why and he thinks it's his own fault. You know what I mean? So I'm
Mm.
like, I'd rather live off of, basically no income and live in a shed. Like this is okay. you know?
Right.
I'm
I
broke but I'm
love it.
happy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the most important thing. Honestly,
Yeah.
if you're not enjoying life, then there's no reason that you should be doing what you're doing in life if you don't
Yeah.
enjoy
You need
it.
to change it
So,
up. If you
I'm
hate
at
your life,
that
change
same
it.
stage. I'm ready to make the jump. It's just I got to
Yeah.
figure out a couple things before I finalize the jump. But we're
I get
almost
that.
there.
Be smart, but you got this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Exactly.
I mean, ultimately, it's the goal. We all, as artists, want to get to a place where we're like, we're gonna just do our stuff full time, and we don't
yeah.
want to live chained down by the normal
Yeah.
societal stuff. It's like, nah, we want to
Yeah.
build a brighter new future of all this creative stuff. That's what
Yeah.
really moves things forward.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I 100% resonate with that. I can't be normal. I couldn't do the normal life, man. It wouldn't work. I wouldn't
No,
be good at it.
Mm.
here, here. Yeah, no,
Yes,
no normal here. If you guys were expecting a normal podcast, it's nah, nah.
perfect.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm here.
No, we love it. No, you.
You will not
This
see
has
me on
been
a normie
awesome so far.
podcast.
Yeah, I'm
You're
happy
asking
to
me
have you
basic questions. What? I
on.
gotta go. I can't be here. You asked me how oh, I'm gonna ask you this because it's a normie question, but
Uh oh.
I'm here for one
I
normie
was
question.
gonna
You get
I
one.
was gonna use it in my joke, but then I was like, oh, I
Then
kind
you're
of
like,
wanted to use
wait, I'm
that.
actually going to use this question. Well, so what's that question? I'm here for it.
The basic question of what are 3 bands you could say influence your music?
Yeah, okay, big ones. Linkin Park, Panic at the Disco.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to guess on the third one because those top two are the main influence for me.
Hmm.
The runner
I
up
can
is gonna
see it.
be some kind of arena rock stuff. Like probably 3 Days Grace is probably the one that has snuck in to the influence that I didn't expect. But I like a lot of the drop tuned like arena rock, like power chord stuff on guitar and
Hmm.
Hmm.
stuff because that's what I learned to play guitar on. That it
Right.
sneaks in.
That's cool.
Nice, nice, cool.
Wow. No, I
I
can actually see that influence though in your music. So,
hmm
That's cool. Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple people. I mean, well, one of my songs is actually really, really. I don't know. I don't want to. It's melodically, it's unique. The lyrics, the melody, the chord progression, as far as any legality goes, is original. However, if you listen to it back to back with a certain Panic at the Disco song, it's similar. It has a very
Mhm.
similar vibe. And so I did get a lot of people commenting on that where they were like, "What is this 2015 Panic at the Disco?" And I was like, "Yeah, but it's got 600,000 streams, so eat it." And so,
Right.
like, I'm just having fun. Like at the end of the day, yes, it sounds like 2015 Panic. I love 2015 Panic, so it's gonna be in there. But for the most part, like I've really really tried to make my stuff unique as possible. And what I've learned about like the uniqueness of a creative is really all dependent upon how big your skillet is, right? So like how
hmm
many different things do you that inspire you can get in there. It, when when I meet bands that or artists in general that I feel like are making what I call copy paste music, where it kind of
hmm
just sounds like everything else in their genre, I realize that they only listen to that genre. So their
Right.
mm,
creative input is this small. And so therefore their creative output is even smaller because that's how
Mm.
it works. Like you're going to download more than you upload as a creative. I think. At least that's how it works for me and most of my peers. But that being the reality, and I'll say from my personal experience, when I only listened to arena rock, my stuff was super generic. If you went back and listened to my old band, it's like it's good, and I mean, like we paid a producer like $1,000 per song. It sounds great, but it's not original. You know what I mean? It's not. It's
yeah.
not like oh, this stands out. This is unique. You know. So that's what I've learned is like after I grew out of if it's not metal, I don't like it. You know, I'm like suddenly I like a lot of different things. And now that there's more and more and more things piling together, it starts to get a piece of that, a piece of this, a piece of that. And it's like, next thing you know, there's like 12 different ingredients in here. And
Right.
hopefully my output window is at least that big now. You know what I mean?
hmm Yeah.
Hey, he's talking ingredients, Frey. You know what time it is.
Uh-oh.
Is it food
It's
time?
Go
time
ahead.
for one of my favorite questions, which is if you could describe your food, if you could describe your music as food, what would you describe your musical food as? I stole it
Okay.
from Frey. He's
That's a
clearly not happy.
that's a really good question, Frey. Thank you for the question, Frey.
You're
Um,
welcome.
you know, I'm like actually analyzing this because I want to be like super serious about it. But I want to
Mm.
say it's either a stir fry or a kind of sushi. Because some sushi is like, you know, you got your crab stick and your avocado and your cream cheese, and that's it. You get some sushi, like my favorite place I go to is called Rock and Roll Sushi. Do y'all have a Rock and Roll Sushi anywhere near you?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
Go to Nashville. Go to Rock and Roll Sushi. It's a concert venue. There's like massive screens and truss in there. They're playing music videos and rock and roll music just 24/7. There's guitars hanging on every inch of the
Wow.
wall. It's so sick, and the sushi is so good. It's so good. Anyway, they
Oh,
have like really intricate rolls there that have like, you know, 1,000 different things in them. And so like my favorite one from there is a Sweet Home Alabama roll, and it's got crab and cucumber and avocado and cream cheese, and then it's wrapped, and then it's deep fried, and then there's eel on top of it. It's just
Mm.
dumb. So I want to say
wow.
sushi. I want to say sushi. It might also be more like a stir fry, but I'm gonna prefer sushi.
I love it. Oh, now I want sushi, and
Dude,
you're the second musician that we've had on the show from Nashville, which is really
nice.
awesome, and gives us more of an incentive to come down to Nashville to actually like visit you guys at some point.
You should.
Uh,
You should. We'll go to Rock and Roll Sushi. You can
yes,
Nice.
plan it around when I play a local bar or whatever. It'll be a
yes.
whole
Oh,
event. We'll make a whole thing of it.
yeah.
It'll be great.
We got to get you in touch with our other friend from Nashville, Lucy Claire. She's pretty awesome. She just released her own EP, so
Cool. What
yeah.
genre is she?
Oh, she's also like a rock type, isn't
Neat.
she,
She's
Okay,
Frey?
no, I
more
definitely
like
need to.
I would say it's more like grungy.
Oh, neat. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sick. So, oh man, is it like noisy kind of rock?
Yes.
Oh, sick. That's
and
awesome. Yeah,
she's
I'll look
pretty
that
Yeah,
awesome.
she's
up.
really good.
Yeah, she's
Very
the
cool.
lead singer of the band Panda Forces.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, dude, there's not a lot of rock here in Nashville. It's growing now. There's a lot. See, like rock music lived at least okay, 2015, 2016. I graduated high school in 2015. 2016 was when my band was, most active. That was a horrible time for rock.
Mm,
Horrible. Like,
mm,
so my first band was under the Christian rock umbrella, and
mhm.
our single was one of the last songs on Christian Top 40 because they
Oh,
decided it wasn't a genre anymore. Like they took it off of Billboard. And I think that's a good thing. Like screw that crap, bro. I'm jaded. I'm jaded. But all that to say, it was so hard at that time to do anything local. Like rock was just
mhm.
dying. And you know what? It deserved to die because it was completely flooded with what I call copy paste artists where it's like,
Mm,
bro, I can
Fail.
listen to this guy's new album and then I can listen to 2008 Breaking Benjamin and I can't tell a difference. And nothing has
mm,
changed since 2000 freaking 8.
Hmm.
And I was guilty of that big time. Like my stuff was super copy paste. But it's like because it was so oversaturated and overdone and just beat to death. Like, dude, anything about the voices in my head, guilty. The animal inside me, guilty. But it's like so copy paste. There's so much of that, and so I don't know. It was just so hard to like pull anybody. Like dude. We played this one video in Nashville at least every other month for like 2 years, and I never saw the same five people there. Like there'd be different touring bands. We were like the local support, right? And it was just
mhm.
like 5, 15, 25 people if you're lucky. And it was just there was no other rock bands here too. Like when they would try to get us on a bill, they didn't know where to put us because we were like Breaking Benjamin kind of arena rock. But then it's like there's not a lot of that around here. So there was pop punk or metalcore, and neither of those fan bases liked what we did. And so it was
Mm.
hard. Rock was dying. And then one day, God sent a blonde man named Machine Gun Kelly to save rock and roll. But for whatever reason, that Joker decided to do a pop punk album, and then all of a sudden, rock was back. And I was like, that was right when I started writing some more of like pop rock music for myself. And I was like, there's a wave. There's a comeback wave. And what I realize is it's not necessarily that there's a wave of any I think waves are kind of done for the most part.
Mm,
This is just my perspective on it, right? From what I'm seeing, it's more about what I thought was I was interpreting as a new wave of an old sound. It was more so that the monoculture is dying and subculture is
mm.
spreading, and now all of a sudden there's I think it's mostly because the gatekeepers kind of can't control it anymore. They
Right.
don't have a
Mhm.
grip on what we can see because we can just go look it up ourselves. We can pull it up on Spotify or TikTok and watch it ourselves. And so we're at that point where like, okay, here's a great example. Have you guys ever heard of Ailstorm? Not Hailstorm, Ailstorm. No, A.
Yes, yes.
Yes, the pirate metal band.
Yep.
Bro, I went and saw this pirate metal band in Nashville a couple weeks ago, and there were hundreds of people dressed as pirates. And I was like, this would not be happening in 2015. I promise you.
Yeah.
I
Right.
promise you. Not in Nashville. Definitely not in Nashville. But now it's like, it's so cool. So there's like a bunch of people moving to Nashville. It's actually grown way too fast. It got really expensive and really freaky really fast.
Mm,
But since there's so much different culture moving here, like a lot of people are coming from California and a lot of people are coming from New York. And pop and rock music were like dominantly in New York and LA. They were not here. We got
yeah.
Christian CCM and we got country music, and that was like it. And man, I was sick of that stuff. So I'm really excited to see like a lot of the newer artists who are coming here and like starting to pop up. There actually are at least at least three or four other artists that I've met that are within the same bounds of like alternative rock that I'm in, which is
Hmm.
freaking great. It's always been a struggle for me to find a place where I can, you know what I mean? It's not I don't fit in is a lame term. I don't want to fit in, but I also want to be on a bill with other bands that the audience would like all of it, you know? So
Yeah.
it's cool that like that's happening now in my hometown. Used to, my run on joke was like, if you're not 4 hours away from Nashville, it's not worth it. Like you got to get at least that far before you'll ever potentially get paid, and before you'll find anybody who actually likes rock music. But it's changing now. It's a lot better. So I'm excited to look up your the other person you interviewed. I'm gonna look that up when we get off here.
Yeah, I think you guys could like maybe even play shows together sometime. That
I
might be fun.
would probably should do that. See
All
if she
right,
wants to play
well,
Walmart.
yeah, we'll
Walmart
reach
has a
out to her.
venue now.
Wait,
Walmart.
Walmart has a venue?
Walmart. Walmart in Franklin, Tennessee, just south of Nashville, has this thing called Create It Studios, which
Yeah.
is a brand. Yeah, you've heard of this stuff,
Yes, I've actually seen it on
bro.
TikTok. I'm like, I didn't know if
Yeah,
they were gonna just if they were gonna start doing it across the country or not, but I've seen the video and I'm like, that's so cool because anybody who wants to create stuff can go there if they don't have a studio.
yeah, yeah. That's here. That's here in Nashville, just south of Nashville. It's about 25 minutes south.
That's so cool.
And yeah, so I'm gonna go play Walmart in a couple weeks.
Nice.
It'll be
Well,
awesome.
that's got to be an interesting marketing tactic for Walmart because it's
That's
like,
what I'm
hey, you
saying.
can come check this out, and you got live performances. It's like, wow.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be fun. I'm hoping I don't get like kicked out because usually it's like singer songwriter stuff, like acoustic kind of things. I told them what I'm doing though. I was like, I'm gonna bring my guitar and my keyboard. I've got a looper pedal and like I got this whole setup. And they were like, "Yo, cool, sounds awesome." And so the guy who like runs it followed me on Instagram, so he's definitely seen my shit by now. So I'm not too concerned. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be funny. Also,
that's so
is
cool.
cursing okay? I just realized I said a
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
word.
yeah, yeah. No, you're good.
Cool, great, because this
We're
leads me to my
past the
next thing I
first
was gonna
class.
say. You guys remember that viral video of that metalcore band in Denny's, and they were like, "What the fuck is up, Denny's?" You ever
Yeah.
see that? That's gonna be me. What the fuck is up, Walmart? And then I will get kicked out.
You will. There'll be like kids around and like
Yeah,
But
right.
crap.
but it will go viral, which will only help you out. So I
I
Right.
mean,
hope it goes viral. That would be great.
They kicked me out of Walmart for saying that fuck in in front of these kids.
Fuck that shit.
Internet, do what you do. Boycott this Walmart.
Yeah,
actually,
right. Cancel
I'm pretty sure
Walmart.
Walmart needs to
Cancel
hear that
Walmart.
Walmart.
stuff.
That's great.
Uh, that's gonna be amazing though. I'll you definitely post something up about that because I wanna
Oh
I wanna
yeah,
see how
there
that
will be a
goes.
lot of content. I'm gonna do a live stream on TikTok when I'm playing too. So I'll just set up my camera. You can tune in if you want to see it.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
That's super cool, man. I'm super stoked. And since you've been talking about your music, I think we should probably show one of your songs or something
Sure, I'm
Mm-hmm.
if you're
down for
cool
that.
with that. Do you have
Yeah.
one that you want to show, and do you have a platform that you prefer us to show it on?
Um, I don't really. I guess I don't have a platform preference. If you're gonna show it on screen, you might as well pull up one that has a music video with it, right?
Yeah.
So
Let
like
me just
YouTube.
make sure here that I get one and there's no ad to it. I'll probably play the one that we've
Yeah,
talked most about. Okay, cool. Not yet.
yeah. Nobody 222 has a music video. Nobody didn't get a music video, which is kind of a sin. But
Alrighty, I'm going to share the screen now. We are going to play a song, and then I will put it in full screen. There we go. Here we go. Everybody ready?
it
Yes,
goes like,
sir.
"Where are you?" I'm just kidding.
It's harder getting older, people getting colder. Somehow I let them let me down. Time and time again, I didn't learn my lesson. I'm losing count, I think it's 5, 4, 3, 2. Many times 3, 2, 1 more, la la la. I can't tell who's lying, but I'm not lying. One day they'll see there's nobody quite like. One day they'll see there's nobody quite like me. Nobody quite like. Nobody can replace me, nobody can save me, nobody's ever held me down. I'm nobody's hero, nobody is hero, but I'm going 0 to 60 like 5, 4, 3, 2, steady, 3, 2, 1. Are you ready? I can tell you're lying, and time not by. I know one day they'll see there's nobody quite like. One day they'll see I'm not just a man, I'm a man on a mission. Nobody's got the drive to revive this vision. Nobody's gonna stop me, I don't ask for permission. Nobody's gonna know where, so scared, no, there's nobody like.
Yay! Yay! Fire! Fire!
Yeah,
Thank you.
that music was
I
awesome.
appreciate
Yeah.
it. That's
Now-
what
Such
that
catchy
means.
stuff.
I have never heard that sound before. Usually it's crickets.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. It's so were you trying to go for a more minimalistic sound to that?
Yeah, big time with especially with the instrumentation as far as the rhythm section goes. I learned how to play guitar. It's actually kind of weird. I learned how to play guitar because there was a dare between me and a friend on who could write a better song, and I didn't know how to play guitar, and I was like, I guess I need to write a song, and so I wrote a song on a guitar. I didn't know how to play guitar. And so I ended up writing 3 or 4 songs. It must have been a really egotistical teenager because I was just like, man, this thing is awesome. No, it wasn't. It was very bad. But but that like kept me going. And so when I decided to, okay, maybe I should learn other people's songs, I started learning like my brother bought me a guitar tab. Tab is like the way they have the guitars laid out. It's sheet music. It's a different kind of sheet music. But it was a guitar tab booklet for you guys know the band Skillet?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So they got an album called Awake and Alive, and it was the guitar tab for all of the songs off of that. And so I just learned how to play that, and then that was just very I don't want to insult them by saying generic, but it was very true to that sound of that era, where you basically have like the power chord guitar, and you have the bass guitar, and you have the kick drum, and they're all on the same exact beat, and it doesn't even harmonize. They're playing the same damn note. It's just like it just sounds massive. Like that's how you make it sound big, you know. And I always want like I call it punchy tone because it like literally feels like a punch in the chest when it's like da da, you know. That's what I go for. So yeah, to get that kind of tone, it does have to be pretty minimalistic because you got to have at least 3 out of the 4 instruments playing the exact same thing. There's more jammy stuff that I've written too, where it gets a little like the guitar has a line and the other guitar has a different line and the synth has a different line and they're all harmonizing and working together, and that gets a little more what I call loose and jammy. If you listen, I've got a song called "How Could I" that is like my most recent song, and that one to me is more jammy and loose. But then yeah, with Nobody and Nobody 222 and my other song Gray, there's a handful I can think of off the top of my head that are all that like minimalistic beat rhythm, and then the frills can happen with some fun synths and guitar solos and whatever else. But for the most part, minimalistic electronic rock, bro. Let's go.
There you go. Yes, sir.
It sounds great. No,
It
I'm a
sounds
big
great.
fan of that.
Mhm.
And
I
did
really
you
appreciate it.
create that whole music video yourself?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I I hung up a bunch of curtains in my bedroom, and then we set up a couple lights and a tripod, and yeah, a bunch of different shots. Those masks I bought off of Amazon for like $10 or whatever, and they showed up and they had blood splatter on them, and I was like, bro, that's stupid. I wasn't going, so I had to like repaint them, and then I had to like find the rest of the stuff to make the outfit look like they were two of the same little gremlin guy or whatever, and I was like, oh, plot twist, it's me, it's all me, and so yeah. Anyway, it was a
Always
basic concept, but yeah, I did it all. I did it all in my bedroom.
nice.
That's awesome. I
Thanks.
love it.
You do.
It was a pretty decent video for being done all by you,
Thank you.
which is pretty
I
cool.
really appreciate that. Thank you.
And that's another thing too. Like I noticed like when indie creators make music videos, it's normally more simplified. I feel like yours definitely like goes all out for more of that music video feel. Like you have more of that performance video to where like I
Yeah.
see so many indie creatives, they'll make like a song, it's like them walking and singing the song,
Yes.
and it's just like, it's the easiest way to do it. I mean, I'm not, if I was to start out making music videos, I would
Yeah,
probably do something similar. It's like, this is easy to start with, and then, to do something
right.
like what you're doing, you got to know what you're doing. So I'm impressed by that.
Thanks, because
There you go.
I don't know what I'm doing. No, but I feel that and I was leaning that way with when I decided I was just gonna have to do it all myself. I was very much thinking how to do it as simple as possible, but the content and the stuff I was making that was really, really, stripped down visually, it just doesn't fit with the music. The music is
Mhm.
thematic and electronic, and it has like this, you know what I mean? It begs for production. And so I just kind of was like, I don't know how, but I'm gonna figure it out. Like that's always been my run on joke. Is like, it's like, how do you do this? I don't know. Get good. Like I'm just gonna have to figure it out. But I also love like some of the simplistic music videos. And honestly, I envy the artists who can pull that off, because if their music is stripped down enough that you can do a stripped down video, fuck
Yeah.
you. I like this is so much work. I hate it. But it's worth it. And like, when I was a kid, I had this back and forth with my brother about like we wanted to make some movies together, and so like we made like some home videos and stuff. We had this horrific series that was supposed to be like an anti like alcohol thing. It was like don't drink underage or whatever stupid. I mean, I was like 12, and so I was the only actor. My brother was holding the camera, and I portrayed this criminal who was a scientist. His name was Dr. Schultz, and his favorite hobby was creating different kinds of liquors to sell to children. And so I was also the 12-year-old who was buying alcohol from Dr. Schultz. Stupid. But starting out with silliness like that, I was like, I wanted to make movies. I was like, I'm going to be a videographer. And then I fell in love with music like not too long after that. And I didn't give any effort into videography again until now, when you have to do both to some extent.
Mhm.
And now I'm like, a lot of artists really see it as a chore, like, and it kind of makes I feel really bad. I have a lot of empathy for people who hate the content and the video and all that. Like, I don't know what I'd be doing if I hated it. Because if I hated it, like, I don't
Mhm.
know how you would stay motivated to do it. I just got lucky because I was like, wow, now I can express all of these visual creative ideas I had growing up. That, you know what I mean? I just didn't put any energy into it because I didn't have time for it. But now I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, cheesy videos though. It's always a way to start. I mean, that's
Mm,
Yeah, dude. Home
any
videos.
great
Everybody's
video
got some home
maker.
videos. Yeah, you
Oh
do
exactly.
yeah.
too?
Oh, well, not as much home videos from back in the day, but I mean, like what I started with on YouTube is super cheesy, low budget, and it's like
Yeah.
you can see, like I just got a camera, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it, and then as I continuously did more YouTube videos, I got more comfortable with my editing style, and I'm like, you know what, I can do
Yeah.
this, I can do that, and
Right.
it
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
the learning process. But if I look back at the first video I ever made and put it, actually, I was part of a YouTube group, much like how you were part of a band back in
Yeah.
the day. I was part of a YouTube group. We called ourselves Multi Flaming Cows. We didn't know what the word meant back at the time. It was just three middle schooler kids, and we were like, we
That's
want to be
funny.
YouTubers. And so
Yeah.
we made some really cheesy skits that are online. One of them is like a parody of the Karate Kid. It was called the Nunchuck Kid or something like that.
That's hilarious.
And it's
Dude, that's
so
great.
bad. It's so low budget, and
So bad it's
and
good.
I put on like the accent of the master, like, oh, you
Oh, that's
must catch
great.
flying. I had like a big Chinese like hat. This is back a different time.
Dude, that's
I had
funny.
like I had the big like fake mustache on, and
That's
it's
great.
bad.
That's really
It's
funny.
bad, but it's great. I sometimes go back. We also had another one was called "Camping is for Noobs," and it was like me and two others. We went down to a creek and we had airsoft guns and we were pretending to be like characters in video games, and I was a
Yeah.
camper, and my
Oh,
squad leader's like, we got to go over there and capture the flag. I'm like, no, I will stay here and camp. And then in the end he just like shoots me instead, and then I fall over, and it's like really
that's pretty
cheesy
great.
because instead of falling back I just fall forward, and it's like,
Oh yeah, that makes a
yeah,
lot of sense. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. I've seen
it was
physics.
so cheesy.
That's
It's still up
great.
on YouTube, you can still see the videos.
I
I mean,
probably will.
And then if you compare it to what I do with Tanner's Tales Entertainment, it's like Tanner's Tales Entertainment's a step up from there, but it's still cheesy skits and everything, and
Yeah,
I'm bringing those back. So I mean, it's like,
that's great though. That's great.
but we got to start somewhere.
You do. You have to start somewhere. And I mean, so, dude, like honestly, some people spend like 40 grand on a music video, and it's like you could have done that with an iPhone, dude. Like, the music video that killed MTV. I think it was
Mhm.
what's it called? Chasing Cars or Counting? What was it? Snow Patrol.
Counting stars? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
If
sure.
you look that up, that music video is bro just like laying on its back, just singing at like 3 different camera angles for the entire song. And it's so slow. And I mean, it fits the song. The song is slow. But it's like, from what I was told, that music video got overplayed on MTV and it just like killed the ratings because it's long, it's slow, it's not engaging, and you could have done it with an iPhone, but I promise you the record label paid out like 20 to 40 grand. Like I promise you, which is just
Yeah.
wild. But like that's what you get sometimes.
Right.
If you can start there, you could probably weasel a record label to pay you 40 grand for it. So just say it.
That's my next goal.
That's your
I
next
don't
goal.
even write music, but who knows? Be
That's
like, hey,
that's
hire me.
on your bucket list for Nashville.
Right.
Rock and roll
Yeah.
sushi, Parker the Bandit at Walmart, and then weasel a record deal. Rip off a label.
Frey, we could do that. We just got to come up with like a. All I can see is like Smosh, the fire truck video
Yes.
from back in the day. Just like Frey and I coming up with like a fire truck song.
Bro, Smosh was great. See, that's
That's
a
my
great example too of low quality cheesy garbage that's like we all loved that though. Like that, there was
It
a
was so
lot of
good.
views on that. That spoke to us, man.
I know.
Yeah.
It was like the inspiration for my videos. I'm like, I want to make skits like that one day.
Yeah, right, dude, for real. Dude, that stuff did not age well. It did not hold up. Like 14-year-old me was crying, laughing. 24-year-old me tried to show that to my wife. Yo, have you ever seen Spot? Dude, this stuff was so funny. And it's like, I don't know why I thought this was funny. I was in middle school. I was a middle school boy. I'm sorry. Kill me. Like, it's pretty great.
Uh, I still listen to
Like,
Fire
oh my
Truck
God,
sometimes.
who did I marry?
Yeah, right? Yeah, I know, bro. To be fair, the stuff she showed me on our first couple dates was, in my opinion, way worse. If you ever watch True
Really?
Facts about ducks, don't.
Yes.
You'll never look at ducks the same. It's horrifying.
I don't think I'm going to watch that video.
Don't. It's horrible.
The worst cheating experience ever.
It's so bad, bro.
Oh man.
I feel so bad for ducks. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should
Gross.
bring it back.
Yeah. We're
We
good.
got a
Let's reel
podcast.
it in. Let's reel
Enough
it
about
in.
ducks.
I got another fun question for you.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
If you were in the forest and a bear jumped out, which 3 of your songs are aggressive enough to scare him off?
Well, does it have to be a Bandit song? Because there's some stuff I wrote before then that was probably awful enough that he would just run away. But if we're doing Bandit stuff specifically, I think "Forget Me" is my angriest song. So I would hope that would be, pissy enough to kind of at least maybe it would weird him out. He'd be like,
Right.
"What do you
Confuse
mean?
him.
I'm not drinking liquor." It's like, yeah, the song's not about the bear, duh. But that's my best bet. I
Fair
hope it
enough.
works.
Fair
I
enough.
hope I don't run into a bear though. Like I'm kind of terrified of those guys.
Yeah.
Bears and ducks. I don't know what's worse.
Right.
Well, the bear
You-
could turn out to be your number one fan, though. Who knows?
That's
It's
true.
true. It's true. Have you seen the bears in Gatlinburg, Tennessee? It's like a hot spot for tourism. It's actually, I was told it's the most visited state park in the country, maybe if not the world. It's apparently really, really popular. But anyway,
Yeah,
there's
I
a
would
lot
check.
of black bears over there, a lot of them, and they've figured out that people are kind of chill, and they'll like stand on the side of the road and like wave at people because they figured out that people will throw them food. And so
Nice.
there's a ton of videos of them just like going into stores and stuff. Like they'll just
Mhm.
kind of wander around and they'll just get into stuff, and they're all over the place over there. But
They're like
I hope
tugging
I don't
on
run into
people.
one. Say
They're
what
like
now?
tugging on people. Buy me the Sour Patch candy.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what
Sitting
they're
on
doing.
the corner, like on the outside. They're on the street. They have like their paw up and they're trying to get a ride.
Yeah, like straight up. That's what they look like they're doing. It's hilarious. Those things are funny. They
Oh,
figured out how to open car doors and stuff. Like tourists are
Right,
getting their cars broken into and ransacked by bears.
right.
before
Someone
you know it,
stole
you're gonna
my
see them
sandwich out
driving.
of here.
Yeah, it's wacky,
Someone
man.
stole my lunch for work.
Yeah, right. It was
There's
a
a
bear.
bear.
You check the door cam or whatever, and it's like, oh my god,
Right.
that's freaking hilarious.
How do
I
we
had my car
arrest
broken
that?
into twice, and it was not a bear. I was very disappointed to
Oh,
find
Oh,
out it was a human being.
oh
uh,
no.
It's okay.
no
I did
That,
live in actually there's a part of East Nashville called Antioch, and it's kind of
good.
like the no-go zone. It's like you
mm,
could get mugged in broad daylight out there, but that's where I lived for a couple years, and I've got wacky stories from living out there. But two times my cars got broken into.
Oh
mm.
It's a
goodness.
mess.
Well, now
Now I
we know
live
to
in a
stay
shed
away
in the
from there.
woods. Yeah, don't go, dude. Yeah, so around here we call it East Nasty. Like it's gross. Like don't go there.
Hmm.
It's a mess.
Okay, good
You
to
know the
know.
problem with places like that though? They always have like the best like hole in the wall food
They
places.
do. They do. It's if you like Mexican food, that's the place to go. There's like food trucks like up and down the road. Oh my god. Like that's the best street tacos in freaking East Nasty.
Right.
They
If
just
you
had to
can
like
break,
wear armor and stuff
right.
to
Yeah,
get them.
right. Just yeah, right. Wear a
Got like
bulletproof
riot gear
vest.
on. Right.
Don't carry any money or any valuables whatsoever.
Don't look like you have any money at all. Make sure
Right. Just
you
go ahead and
rip
rip
your
your shirt.
shirt. You got
Yeah,
holes
yeah.
in your jeans.
Put on the fingerless gloves, you know.
Right.
You just gotta huddle in there. Ask them how cheap they can sell it to you.
Right. Say, will you settle for 99 cents instead of the whole dollar five
Yeah,
or whatever?
right, right. Just start pulling out change, and you're like, "I have
Right.
17 cents. Will you take this?" That's all you can do.
Oh man, that is yeah. Good to know. Good to know. We're definitely gonna
Yes,
stay away from that area. And
South
Frey, if you want
Nashville's where you want to
tacos,
hang out.
too bad. Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
right. There's plenty of good tacos elsewhere. Those may be the best, but there's plenty of
Uh,
decent ones elsewhere.
We can get
gotcha.
rock and roll sushi.
Sushi's where it's
Definitely
at,
rock and
bro.
roll.
Rock and
Yeah.
roll
Definitely.
sushi, man. I'm telling you, they should sponsor me. I talk about them so much.
Yeah, they should sponsor this podcast.
Right.
Yes, I'm gonna call them right now.
Do it. I'm gonna pull up your Instagram here to kind of just give like an overview of your stuff, I
Sweet,
guess,
thanks.
without going into it too much because you're gonna hear a lot of the music, and we don't want to give too much of it away.
Right.
Keep it a
Cool.
surprise. Couple
Yeah, let's see.
surprises.
hmm How
I
do
will.
you stylize yourself? Like what you have like a very strong like color brand. How did you
Yeah.
like decide on that?
Um, the color scheme specifically, is just kind of a weird combo because purple's like my favorite color. Like I had a purple phone for a long time. My phone case is purple. Like I like purple. My wife's favorite color is blue, and so we kind of a lot of the project has been it's my brainchild and my baby, but then there's so much inspiration that comes from my wife that it sneaks in, and so
Right.
matching the purple and the blue together was just a really it looked good. And it came in handy because there's a lot of like LED lights and stuff you can get that generally are purple and blue, and there's like fonts and stuff I was able to download that are purple and blue and stuff like that. So, but that
Mm.
was the easiest thing to slide into.
Ah, gotcha. Press it,
Yeah.
Tanner. You know you want to.
Huh?
Press the sound on that. You know you want to.
I'm trying not to give too much away, and
I
you
mean,
know,
It's the same song, I think.
oh, is
yeah,
it?
this is nobody.
That's cool.
Yeah,
So do
I'm
you
just
do
trying to
all
give
of the
the audience
music
an idea.
videos?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so you are the one filming all this.
Yeah, if there's a moving shot, it's my wife will hold the camera usually. I had a couple of
Mhm.
friends who help me out with it sometimes, but usually it's just her and I. But then when it comes to the actual, like, I do all the editing and the color grading and the directing and everything like that.
Gotcha. I like that effect. Like it's like a like it reminds me of Tron.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
the
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
whole
going for.
highlighting the character.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
yes.
that's
That's
exactly what I'm going for. That's cyberpunk
nice.
stuff, man. That's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
That's
yeah.
cool. You got your merch. Awesome.
Yeah,
Who designs your merch?
me.
Oh, nice. So you
Yeah, I
do
do it
art
all.
too.
Yeah, yeah, I do
Okay.
the album arts and stuff like that too.
Very
That's so
nice.
cool.
Thanks.
I'm gonna see here. Frey, do you have any other questions? I think we're coming to the end.
We are. Hmm. I think I asked my fun questions. Yeah, I'm good. I got it all.
I'm good too. That was great. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
talking with you guys.
Yeah.
I guess there is one last question, and that is,
Oh,
Parker,
okay.
where can everybody find you?
Everywhere. Parker the Bandit. It was like I'm so glad I came up with that name. It was almost like it was given to me because
Right.
there's no other. Like if you type Parker the Bandit in, I have one of the best SEOs of any independent artist I've ever seen. I am totally bragging about it. Unashamed. It's crazy. You type Parker the Bandit, it's fucking there, I promise.
That's awesome. We
Thanks.
did forget to ask though, because you did say that you got the name from something. How did the bandit become part of your name?
Couple things. So Parker is my surname. My legal name is
Mhm.
Matthew Parker. I go by Parker. That's what people call me.
Oh.
So the Parker lineage goes back to out west Texas. Bonnie Parker of Bonnie and Clyde is my great 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 whatever whoever, like loose distant relative thing.
Oh.
But it was just kind of a cool thing to have like a little bit of that outlaw blood in me. And then
Mm,
the other thing was, do you guys know the movie Smokey and the Bandit? Have you seen that?
Yes.
yes.
So
Yep.
I had that car in high school. Like I fixed up old muscle cars. I had a '79 Trans Am, and I drove it around a lot. Like I daily drove that thing, 8 miles to the gallon, needed premium fuel. It was horrible. But I loved that car, and I drove it around so much that people kind of recognized me with it. And I had a couple people come up to me at car shows and be like, "Hey, aren't you the Bandit?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And so it just, yeah, that just ended up being the thing when I was like, how do I make my name Parker stand out as any bit unique? And the Bandit just made sense since people had called me that before.
Ah,
That's an
very
awesome way.
nice.
And
Yeah.
that's a cool
Thanks.
lineage story.
Yeah, I
That's like,
appreciate it.
wow.
Yeah, luck. If you believe in it.
Hey, I too have wild western cowboy in my blood.
Really? That's great.
It's actually an interesting thing. I found that out when I lived in Nebraska for 7 months. I found my great grandma's books that she wrote, and she's like, "Oh yeah, here's our family lineage," and they were like actual pioneers and stuff. And I'm like,
Dude,
"Oh, super
how
cool."
cool. How
Mm.
cool. Man, that's
It's
neat. You
really
actually have a
awesome.
record of that. That's great.
I have some record of it. I don't have all three of her books, but I have at least two of them, so I know
That's neat.
part of it.
That's neat. Yeah, I got because I don't have like the whole DNA test or anything like that either, but I met the guy who's all sort of the family history keeper,
Mhm.
right? Who like he told us all about everything and that's how I know about being related to Bonnie Parker, but the other funny plot twist I'll throw in there, by the way, my mother's name is Bonnie, so she married into being Bonnie Parker. So that's just been a run-on joke too. Is that like, yeah, I'm related to both Bonnie Parkers,
Wow,
but it's funny.
that is great. Well, anyway, to tie us back into the end, because that was a nice little side tangent, definitely go check out Parker on all his stuff. We'll link all his socials below, so that way you can find him. Um, we are the Dreamscape Empyrean. That is Frey. Frey, did you have any last things to say?
Um, look forward to Unlock Volume 4 coming out next month.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
super excited for that. I don't have really anything to share for the Tanner's Tales things other than I mentioned it earlier. My skit videos are coming back, and we're doing another number two Pencil Man video on YouTube.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
be super fun. I'm looking forward to bringing it back. We have a big cast for this one. Not really big, but more than I've ever had for a video that have volunteered to help me. So I'm super excited about
Nice.
that. This one's going to be called the number 2 Pencil Man Adventures, and it is the Eye of the Donut. So it's a donut eating competition. I got my like little donut flower crown that the king of the donuts is going to wear
That's
in the
amazing.
video.
That's
So
hilarious. Please send
yeah,
me that.
it's going to be great. We're looking forward to it. The first half of filming starts this weekend, and then we're going to do a second half. So that'll probably be up at the middle to be end of October, depending on all that. So yeah, definitely check that out. And if you guys are enjoying this podcast, of course I said it earlier, please consider interacting with us, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. If you are an indie creator of any kind and you want to be on the show, please be sure to DM us. We'd love to have you on. And I think that's going to do it. So until next time, keep dreaming, dreamers. Bye.
Yeah.